disappearing bear.
Hello!
How you doing, folks? It is Shimoda Brian, along with Retro Mini Me.
And Mega Silver 3000, because Retro is eating and he can't introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Mega Silver 3000.
Hi,
So-
I'm Retro Mini Me. Spyro is the best game ever made.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, if you can tell by possibly the video title, hopefully, because I want to actually upload this on YouTube. So today we're going to be reacting to basically Death Bell's new upcoming episode.
Their glorious comeback.
Yep, more or less their glorious comeback that almost killed them. Well, you know what I mean, like because Warner Brothers.
That almost killed them.
So
they
we're gonna
that so hard they almost died.
more or less we're gonna watch their first new episode, Omni-Man versus Bardock, an episode that. Obviously, I just want to say I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan or Invincible fan, but I honestly think this is a cool matchup since it's going to be pitted the two kind of galactic tyrant fathers that who worked under evil empires.
I mean, I watched the episode where he...
Did they actually get... For the Omni-Man versus Homelander, was Omni-Man actually voiced by...
It was someone else. It was like someone named Tom Shulk. Oh, yeah, you would know him actually because you know that skeleton that tells the joke? You know, like the one that goes like, "Why must you fail me?" Yeah, that was him.
What?
Yeah, so that's him.
Wow, that skeleton's going places.
You know, the funny thing is, like, yeah, you can see who's voicing Omni-Man here.
Right. Just so you know, viewers, I'm sitting on the floor eating some fast food.
Omni-Man,
some chips and chicken, so
stalled.
I can't...
Yeah.
So, who is he?
Like I said, he's the guy who voiced the skeleton. And I just want to note, like, previously in Death Battle, just to say it, previously in Death Battle, Tom voiced Dio from JoJo, the Kool-Aid Man, Megatron, and fucking SpongeBob SquarePants.
Damn.
Yeah. And I think Bardock's voice actor here previously voiced Mario and Sephiroth in Death Battle. So we got something interesting here to watch.
SpongeBob be like, I'm going to feed you your own heart.
Imagine if he did that.
SpongeBob versus Goku.
They even made that joke back in Super Friends Aquaman versus SpongeBob.
What was that beep?
I don't know what that beep. Might be my phone. Okay, so it should be starting.
The clock.
I mean, Marlon just said that it's going to be an anniversary of Sonic 4 episode 5.
Oh my god!
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong though. It's just premiere and it's gonna give you about 2 minutes before it starts anyway.
Hopefully, but I'm not. But if it does something underhanded, I am going to. Anyway, I just want to also mention that, like, if I remember right, I hear that this episode will also reveal what rematch is going to happen.
Should we just mute this until it premieres because it's going to be advertisements and then music before
4 minutes, 3 seconds. And yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know. I felt like maybe I was going a bit early,
There's
but
a mute button, isn't there? It'll be faster.
I just don't want to go. I don't want to risk it. But I want to just quickly say. So I think, like I said, at the end of the episode, I think I heard that they're going to reveal who's going to win, which rematch won. Just to note the options that they gave us. What they gave us was the the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Royale, which I'm not exactly really interested in seeing again. Then there was Mario vs. Sonic, which means that will be the third time Mario vs. Sonic, and I honestly don't want to see it.
It has been 6 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't really like the idea, because I feel like Mario and Sonic should go up against other characters instead of each other.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the last episode, I'm kind of okay with this. I mean,
Sonic versus the Flash.
They already did that, but with Archie Sonic and Wally West.
But I guess this is like Superman versus Goku, where it's such a legendary matchup that I guess it's okay to give them a third round.
It's
not
about
really.
to go live. So much follow the predictions.
Well, I just want to mention the other ones are Master Chief versus Doom Guy. Of course, there's Mewtwo versus Shadow, which I desperately want this to win. And there's, of course, Peach versus Zelda, and there's a few more I could go on about, but
Alright, turn
let's
this
just
top
get
up.
but let's get ready for this. Just like it's just like last season actually.
Omni-Man versus Bardock.
The ostracized Viltrumite and the Dooms.
Okay, now we got something different here.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
My society
why did
talk
they
about
have to reference Morsel 1 combat?
I don't mind it.
Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong.
Why, Omni-Man? How, Omni-Man? Who, Omni-Man?
Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, and it was all a charade, with his murderous rampage only brought to a halt thanks to his own son.
It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia.
Through brutal, mortal combat.
With a K! Or, wait, no, that came later.
Viltrumites are among the most powerful beings in the universe, even more so after they purge the weaker members of their species.
He likes
Vanguard
bugs.
of the Viltrumite Empire, Omni-Man
You okay?
infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson,
Okay.
expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation.
Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers, and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking
So-
around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can
If
fly
Omni-Man
unbelievable
is
speeds,
2,000 plus
soaring
years
from
old,
Earth to the planet
he's as old
Thraxa
as
in
Jesus.
under 1 week.
Gee,
Thraxa
God damn
is,
it.
quote, a couple galaxies away, give or take. So a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away. Reaching
That
it
would
in
mean
1 week
he's
means
about
Omni-Man
twice-
must have flown over
twice
142
Kratos' age.
million times faster than
Huh,
light.
interesting.
And Viltrumites can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's faces. Think, Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is
Oh
why
yeah,
I never have a kid.
I remember that logic from the
According
show
to
how
another Viltrumite,
Omni-Man
a bunch of
explained,
other
"We don't
Viltrumites who
breathe
actually
in
were
space."
a hurry flew to Viltrum
Yeah.
across
That's the
Virgo
neat part.
supercluster
You don't.
in less than
You just
Yeah.
hold your
24
breath.
hours.
That's over
Yeah.
20 billion times faster than light.
You don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age.
According to the Invincible Handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible.
Yeah, like surviving your intestines getting ripped out, or even more scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once. Only a
That-
Viltrumite could pull
This
off
is what
something
real
that
discussion
disturbing.
looks
Nolan
like.
is
Yeah.
tough, but in
Yeah.
the face of superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger.
Did anyone
by
else think
comparison.
that his logo
This
on
is
this
why
t-shirt looks
Viltrumites
like
are
the YouTube
considered
logo?
Damn it.
invincible.
Most weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet so big it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring,
Hey,
meaning
that's
this
pretty
one
good.
must be much
Yeah.
larger.
And don't
So I
get me
have
started
noticed
on
the
how the
absence
ring is
of,
actually made up of
Wizard
dead
Moon
bodies
sticks,
because,
The budget, I'm pretty sure that's the issue, so it's
Yeah.
likely it was just because they,
also supports 5
you know.
moons
Well,
and
because there's like a budget.
and even the
They're doing
smallest is
pretty
a perfect
good.
sphere.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Own gravity.
I mean, I think if I remember right, this was
Minimum,
like one of the
a moon
first
like that
few,
must have a diameter of
I don't know, like, I
600
think maybe this was one of the first few episodes that they were planning to do
Comparing this to
while they
the
were still a
planet's
Bruce T
diameter,
before,
we can tell
you
this
know,
world is nearly
Warner
14
Brothers.
times
But this is me
larger
guessing
than
with that
Earth.
one, man.
or it was before, you know, kablam.
Now, Omni-Man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitched frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out
Jesus
to be...
Christ, I saw a Fortnite
Bardock.
reference.
Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new job, and even had a new kid with his new wife, who's a bug.
So he ran away from his old son?
He begged to borrow.
Yeah.
Why?
Dude!
Man?
After he
No, I don't want to say that!
after he beat the shit out of him.
Parenting stress in their own way. When Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson, real vision isn't planetary conflict.
I know, I think I saw that meme a few
It's to
times.
discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, Omni-Man.
I wish I was able to hear most of that analysis, bro.
You sure?
In
No,
the
it's because
far
we keep
reaches of the
talking.
cosmos
fair
laid
enough.
a world with a people like no
Here we
other.
are.
Born and raised to do just one thing.
Chill.
Fight.
The Saiyans.
So
a
I
proud
guess
warrior
that's
people
where
from the
Omni-Man-
planet Vegeta, ruled by King.
It's kind of what
Vegeta.
Viltrumites are kind of like inspired by.
Yeah.
Exactly. Their pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
Bardock! He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and
Oh,
if he
no, no.
goes apeshit, you're
So
totally
Bardock is his name.
Yes,
Right?
Bardock.
Bardock.
Father of
So I guess that's where
Oh,
him
wow,
and
never
Omni-Man's
guessed.
similarities lie. They were
Yeah.
both trained for
So
battle
what does that make
Yeah.
to us?
Who?
from birth, I
Was a
guess.
Yeah.
cold-blooded killer, ruthlessly conquering planets and
And,
service to
you
the
know,
Saiyans'
fathers as
true
well.
overseer,
Yeah.
Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living thing, leaving Frieza uninhabited.
Time travel.
Bardock
He hates time
was
travel.
an asshole. Until he
I think
wasn't,
it's.
Bardock's story has
I
evolved.
think I know that reference.
Rock the
Multiple
thick
iterations of
bandana.
including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Gine, and had two sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock
Goku's
didn't
other
go
name in
totally
Alien,
soft.
if you know.
Yeah,
He was still a
Kakarot.
ruthless
Yeah.
warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his? It's stained with the blood of his fallen friends. Hardcore.
Bardock could fly, move faster than light, and was naturally adept in using his ki as an explosive weapon.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands. True to his brutal screw-you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon
Oh yeah, this is technically going to be the first time we'll see the Great Ape in Death Battle, actually. You know, because we haven't seen him in any of the Dragon Ball episodes.
Oh, they don't show him.
I think it's I guess because the Saiyans.
Break your spine, light you on fire,
Ah,
and then
beautiful.
move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Gine, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Boogie!
Under the light of a full
Yeah,
moon, a
the most
Saiyan
terrifying
tail
thing is-
manifests the Uzar.
Freaking monkey.
Great Ape
Yeah.
form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers
I did not know
everything
that.
that happens when he
Yeah.
goes full-tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Low class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at
Oh yeah,
once.
King
At
Vegeta.
about this
The
time,
planet
King
Vegeta
Vegeta's power
and
level
Vegeta.
was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over 8,000.
I love that joke.
Flip-flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense,
Aye.
given far weaker characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
All this speed and power meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal, they went, cheerio!
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found 2 survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity, but Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the 2, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So, before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the Tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive.
Like the plot of
And
Captain
hey,
Underpants.
that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance
And also,
than Bardock
that
could
kind
ever
of reminded me of how
And then
Majima
Dildo
was
Dick
sent
blew 'em all
to
up and he
kill
died.
Makimura Makoto in
there we go.
And then
Here we go. Non-canon material.
he decides to risk everything to save
These two
her.
who miscalculated and misplaced him
So what
incorrectly
happened?
in the time
Now
stream.
we're covering non-canon material.
He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably
non-canon
pissed
stuff.
off.
How's this
he
supposed to
went
make
Super
sense?
Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility of the Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own.
Basically,
But perhaps
Yeah.
Bardock's
Make you stronger.
transformation was more than simply a what-if.
Yeah.
He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps, if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him, right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
That bandana is so cool. Like,
Shout out to everyone who believed in us during our recent
Right.
crowdfunding.
Okay.
And joining you in that support is the first ever sponsor for an independent death metal episode.
Manscaped.
Okay.
Yeah, we get shaved.
Yeah.
Ultra.
God knows I need a shave.
Talk about a fancy name.
This special edition trimmer is the perfect tool for the golden era of hair grooming.
Yeah.
Precision, luxury, and performance meet.
Woo!
These are also
I love sponsorship and I love money.
All over the place. Wait.
yeah, but I have to be. Yeah, I think I would say, even though I don't know too much about Bardock, I think his analysis was pretty good. I think it really covered well his
Yeah, I
character arc.
think, yeah, I'm not sure if it goes any further beyond what I've gone for in Dragon Ball Z, but apart from that non-canon stuff.
Yeah.
But that seems to be pretty much it. Good, good way of doing it. I have forgotten a lot about the older episodes, honestly.
Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code DEATHBATTLE at manscaped.com.
And for you, you get 100% off, because you made this episode.
Sure.
Ha.
Thanks to Manscaped for helping our fans and members support the channel. Seriously, show them some love by clicking the link below.
Show them some love by shaving.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Damn it. It's the Fortnite.
Yeah, it feels good to hear that again.
Yep.
You know what I would like? 2D art for this place.
I don't know.
I mean, it's gonna be good either way, but...
Great. Another gross bug planet.
Just what I heard from the music.
I mean, wasn't Mario vs. Sonic Round 2 done in 2D art?
Isn't anyone's to come.
Don't underestimate me!
And actually the first episode of Omni-Man where he was fighting Homelander, that was 2D art.
That was animated, yes.
Yeah. So Death Battle have done a few episodes in 2D, haven't they?
Yes.
But they were on the Warner Brothers style.
Eh.
My sons would kick his ass!
Yeah, I have to say the Omni-Man vs. Homelander one probably has my favorite art style out of any Death Battle episode. And I just like how they use the Invincible art style and Homelander just doesn't feel out of place at all. He fits
Yeah.
right in. this art style is decent.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's just a job.
Yeah.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
The moon's been there for a while, so.
I know, but like, I think the
We
clouds
could
were
have some clouds.
I'm pretty sure it's the clouds, really.
Yeah, they could have some clouds.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I am wildly unimpressed.
I think Peter Jackson should make a Dragon Ball.
Damn it. Seriously?
Peter Jackson's Dragon Ball King Kong based on the video game based on the
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's cake physics awful, but
Oh yeah, you
I'll
don't off,
cut
you get no more monkey.
Yeah.
Not cut it to black because they're independent now.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's so funny that.
I feel like you could have dodged that one though.
Kinda.
Yeah.
No. My sons. Leave me. I won't let you take me from my world.
I wonder you took me from my what?
Your world.
Oh. Imagine Super Saiyan Monkey.
Oh god, that would have been cool.
It does feel epic.
Yeah.
Well,
Your time is up!
Okay, that is the accurate.
Yeah.
You said Saiyan. Remember it.
it is.
When you kill Bowser in Super Mario Galaxy.
That was it's a bit of a sad ending, but
Yeah. I mean,
really nice.
Evo 1 could have won.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have avoided the tail.
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Damn it, that's too funny.
No capes!
Did you say Goku's?
Yeah.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan, and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked
Did
3
you have,
planets
like,
at
another
once, and
7-Up camera
Omni-Man
out
only
here?
smashed
I-
one. But
is that-
given how
that's that
big
one?
that one planet was, the
Were
numbers
you
are
gonna
actually
use it?
pretty similar,
No.
until
Yeah.
you factor in the Super
Nope.
Saiyan boost, right?
Well,
Thank you.
there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite. And the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons.
That's 24 zeros!
Which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility and combat goes,
Strength
neither has
goes
one
to
distinct
Nolan
advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much
Nolan North as Omni-Man.
Damn it, that's not too funny.
And, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing. It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last two categories, experience and stamina.
Yep, Omni-Man's been around a lot longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years, and even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his
Yeah, I
smart
guess
atom
that makes sense
exists
since
to
his
counter whatever
forms would not
physical
be.
strain he's
You can't control them
subjected to.
easily.
Bardock's
Yeah.
crazy speed and power made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable
Yeah, it's
and
hard to see it,
unshakable
actually.
force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the bar.
You have the Lux in your name and that.
Is Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Next time on Death
Oh.
Battle.
Oh, so they're doing
Oh,
that.
oh my God, Joker!
Ooh!
And it's gonna be Oh yeah, the Twitter wars is gonna happen.
Yeah!
Yep, it's Twitter wars right now.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more
You
Death
never
Thanks
see
for
it coming!
Twitter wars.
Joker versus Jordan was very, let's say the word.
And they didn't announce this episode yet, did they?
Nope.
This is literally the first we're hearing of this.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna see another.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting.
Let's be
So
let's
this
replay
is
so
like-
we can see it.
So is this their second Persona matchup?
Yeah, this will be the second one.
The first one would have been
Mitsuru.
yeah, the Queen of Executions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
good comeback, Death Battle. Even if this episode was done before the whole Rooster Teeth.
Well, this is me speculating on that one. I'll say
Yeah.
that much. I'm
Even
not
if it
gonna
was
say
done-
confidently on that.
If it was before all that, then yeah. Regardless, either way, they did a good job.
Yep. I honestly, I think,
Yeah,
I
this
do.
is
Well,
ass.
if I think now that I think about it, yeah, now I'm actually confident saying that. Actually, here's the weird thing. I just want to mention it now. So, like at the end of season 10, like when Galactus versus Unicron happened, there's a bit of a tease. They showed tarot cards and apparently Family Feud, and considering how JoJo and Persona kind of used tarot cards before, with JoJo using it back in Part 3 and Persona using it all the time, lots of people were predicting that possibly Joker versus Jordan was happening. And it's honestly at least it's nice to know we're actually going to have it.
Yeah.
It's great to at least have Persona be back, because
Yeah.
it's been really weird not having to
It's
see
been
Persona.
so long since we've seen another cross promotion with Persona 5.
Yeah.
Should I turn down the volume at least because we already
Yeah,
heard
And
it,
I
so-
guess Mitsuru was an interesting choice for their first Persona character to use in Death Battle since the Persona 3 and 4 characters have been in the Persona 4 fighting game.
They weren't using 3D models, I think, at that point, though. Well, at least for that fight.